So before we actually get into today's content, be sure to subscribe if you're not already, because 80% of the people who watch my stuff are not actually subscribed, and they do tend to watch a decent amount of the video as well. So if you haven't subscribed already, please make sure you do by clicking that red button down below. We've got a cup game today that could put us into a quarter-final, so exceed expectations and it's a tier above. So let's get right into it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of West Derby Warriors. It is me, Frenchie. I hope you're all well. As I said in the intro there, be sure to click subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me out to know that things are going well for me. As I said then, today we've got a game against Grimsby Borough. I know I was going to originally bring you the Hull Cowboys, but as you can see in the top right, it has moved the waterlogged pitch, so that can't go ahead as the first game. So a nice break could actually do us a favour, to be fair. So in the league table, then you can see we are 2 games played, 42 points. That leaves 5th, but with a game in hand on the 2 teams above us. So we could actually go up to 3rd with a win in our next league game. However, when that will be, I don't know. Our next game is against Atherton. Laburnum Rovers, Atherton. I know well, I used to live there, so I know it quite well. Up in Greater Manchester near Wigan. But until then, we are taking on Grimsby Borough. Since the last episode, we have played 3 games off camera. One against Prestwich, which we won 1-0. A 3-minute 15 hat-trick from Benoit Dodd secured a 4-2 win after being 4-0 up within half an hour. And then a 1-1 draw against Lowbreck, which is slightly frustrating. That could actually have meant we go second with a game in hand, but a draw there meant that was not to be. So then today we are taking on Grimsby Borough and Atherton. You can see after that as well, we've only got about 10 games left or so. So that's what? So that is what? 4, 7, 9, 13 games left in the league to secure potential promotion, which could be a bit mad. I don't think we will, to be honest. I think Berry will end up edging out, or maybe Nelson. I think we could definitely challenge for the second, which is our goal. That is what I was expected of us by the board, so maybe we can do that. But I'll see you in just a second. In fact, I don't need to see you in just a second because we are ready to take them on. You can see I'm just going to apply the opposition instructions on the advice of Peranchira. This is not the squad we're going to use. This is the squad we're going to use then. So in goal, we've got David Russell, Haplin, Holton, Batsy, Burl, Pino, Jack Charles, Raimondi, Dodd on the right, Moore on the left, and Tarrant up front. You can see they've had a nice rest, I'm sure. I'm a bit iffy about Nathan Burl. I think he's been a bit poor as of recent events. He's just not been up to scratch for me. So he may get dropped in the coming games, but I'm going to leave him in there for now. As we get underway then, we're going to waste no time getting underway. Make a few tweaks and that'll be that. So we're going to get out for the game then against Grimsby Borough up in Grimsby, I suppose. So we are underway almost immediately. We've got a chance as Raimondi, who's going to whip in this deep free kick. He looks for Jack Charles at the far post. It's off the bar. Unbelievably close. Just a minute in. But what a start that is from the lads. And perhaps one that we can further improve upon. Chance to build from the back then as Pino has it. He is Haplin on this left-hand side. The young Irishman. Tarrant plays it back to Mora. Dodd picked up a good position on his right-hand side. He's looking ready to burst into the box. He goes, but it's not found. Jack Charles plays it wide to Raimondi. He goes back to Pino. There's plenty of space on this left-hand side for Haplin. But instead it goes wide to the right to Dodd. Dodd plays it back, is he? Yes, to Burl. Burl puts the ball in. Jamie Tarrant, he's hit the bar. Oh, I thought that was in. 10 minutes in, and you can see that we've definitely been the better side. 60% possession. Nearly scored twice, but it looks like not yet is the... Actually, saying that, with counter, Dermot Mora is just put on Jamie Tarrant. Jamie Tarrant rounds the keeper, puts it in. An assist from Dermot Mora. 22nd goal of the season. A brilliant composure from Jamie Tarrant, and an excellent counter-attack. As I thought they'd even have a chance themselves. Grimsby, but Mora picks up that loose ball, slots the ball through the 2 centre-backs. Jamie Tarrant, 30-year-old, experienced international head on his shoulders, just knocks it past to give him some space to slot it beyond the keeper and makes it 1-0, 16 minutes in. Awful conditions, well, you can see 1 degree up in Grimsby, and it's hailing. So not perfect footballing conditions, but we're making the most of it as Jack Charles is on. It beats York brilliantly. Jack Charles goes for goal and just wide. He did brilliantly to beat York there. And sadly couldn't make the chance pay. 10 minutes from half time, then Wrestle plays a little long. Jack Charles heads it onto Mora. He's been brilliant since he come into this side, Jack Charles, the young Scouser. Here he is now. Plays it across to Dodd, who's been in excellent form, but that was not a way to finish. He's skimmed the bar according to the commentary. There's minutes left to half time, and we've definitely been the best side, 60% possession, 1.5 XG, 1-0 up. I'm going to say I'm very pleased because I am. I'm going to say I want to tell them not. Oh, they haven't got I want them to guard against complacency, but it's not really giving me that option. So we'll get over the second half then, and I'm going to shout them to focus to make sure they didn't throw this away. And they're slightly overwhelmed, I think you could say. But we pushed on to the hour mark, and we've not really had many highlights. In fact, we've had no highlights in the second half yet. Here is the first one as Paley goes long for Grimsby. Looking for Kasuju. Holton picks it out of the air like a salmon. Richardson plays it long. This time it is, wow, Cisse is through. He's hit the post and what? What have you done? Oh! Russell, you are constantly sending my blood pressure through the roof. What is this all about? So I can ignore the initial mistake. What was that? What was that about? What's he... So, the initial mistake is by Bapti. Actually, no. Yeah, Bapti, who misses the header. That, whatever that was, it hits... Oh, gee. I need to watch it again. So, Holton, out of position after winning the initial header, doesn't get back in position. Bapti has to cover. They then get, I'm presuming, mixed up. Bapti misses the header. Cisse's through on goal. Whatever that was by David Russell, it hits the bar. And Russell doesn't think to turn around and pick the ball up. No, let it hit him. It's 1-1 on the hour mark. Straight from the kickoff, though. There's a highlight. And Raimondi, I hope it's one for us as we look to put ourselves back in front after that calamitous defending. Ball over the top, it's picked up by Pally, who takes his time, looks for a ball over the top, which is already proven dangerous. Barrett picks up the pet knock-on from Cisse. Kieran Cisse is an awesome name, by the way. And Nathan Burl, I thought that was a penalty. Haplin plays it long, looking for Tarrant. Tarrant loses out to Phillips. Ball over the top, Wrestle will claim it, and hopefully this time not give it away so hastily. Ball over the top to Tarrant. Tarrant picks it up well. Back to Mora. He's got Jack Charles running ahead of him. Here's Tarrant, though. Through on goal to make it 2-1. And he always will take those chances because he's a fantastic player. You've got to say, a 30-year-old Summerese striker with a incisive finish. He started it off after the long ball from Wrestle. Mora tries to play it through to Charles, but it takes a deflection from York. Tarrant is through on goal. Pokes it into the near post. Back ahead. Just minutes after that absolute calamity. Raimondi with a free kick, he can whip them in. In it goes towards Holton, but it's not going to come to anything. It's Kieran Cisse, who beats his man far too easily and plays through Barrett. He's through on goal. Hopefully someone can close down the angle. Nathan Burls looks to. Don't make a challenge. It's into Cisse and they're back level. Kieran Cisse with his second of the game. Poor defending once more, really. As Barrett has way too much space, Nathan Bell comes to cover. Raimondi is covering for Bapti because look where Bapti is. Raimondi took the free kick and he's back defensively quicker. Holton challenged at the back post and he's back defensively quicker. And here's Bapti. There. He eventually gets back into position, but can't really make anything of it, and that is a weak goalkeeper from David Russell. It's 2-2. We've got another highlight from the kickoff. As the ball goes forward to Tarrant, this time he heads it out to Mora on this wide side. He beats his man just about with a deflection. Dermot Mora's put the ball in, it's blocked, and Wilkinson will carry it away, but it's given away straight back to us with Haplin. This is an intense second half, viewers. Cut out again, but Haplin will pick up the loose ball, finds Jack Charles, who's been excellent so far. Pino fires it straight at his man, but he'll pick up the second ball to Charles. Haplin into Raimondi. Out wide to Charles. Tarrant to Mora. Dermot Mora's going to go for it. Dermot Mora's going to go for it. Tarrant has picked up the loose ball. It's 3-2. Almost immediately he completes his hat-trick. What is going on in this last 10 minutes? 4 goals? 4 goals in 10 minutes. 2 each. Dermot Mora then beats his man brilliantly. He then goes on to beat his second man. He's actually fouled. The referee doesn't pay... Right. Hang on. That is a foul. That's a penalty. The referee doesn't play on. Or doesn't signal he's playing on. But Jamie Tarrant luckily sticks it in. I imagine if he hadn't scored, we'd have had a penalty. It's 3-2. We've got another highlight just 2 minutes later. This time it may go in our favour. Tarrant beats his man. Jamie Tarrant looking for a fourth. Jamie Tarrant, he's still on it. It's straight at Paley this time. And this is just breathtaking. You can see 60 minutes in, it was 1-0. 70 minutes in, it's 3-2. What is going on? Nathan Bell's going to come off as well because he's struggling to deal with that left wing. But you can see we've definitely been the better side. 60% possession, 17 shots on goal, 5 on target. 2.3 XG. I think we're definitely deserved of our lead. And there's another highlight. Eventually I'll be able to catch my breath. 10 minutes to go. Cisse's looked for. This time it's cut out by Haplin, but not very well. Here's Barrett. Plays it through. Bapty cuts it out. Tarrant is going to get to that second ball, but it's cleared. Now it's with Glover from Grimsby. Plays it all the way back to Paley. One thing we're not great at is reassuring me. They don't really give me much confidence in the latter stages of games when it's tight. Maybe that's just because we're playing a tier above. Here's Barrett, brilliantly blocked by Raimondi, but it's out to Phillips, puts it into Cisse, and this time he doesn't find the target. But we're going to tell them to focus nevertheless, as we've got just under 10 minutes. We've got 3 changes to make, or 2 changes now available to us. I think perhaps Liam Haplin, I want to take him off, but we haven't really got anyone. I'm going to drop Pino in because at least if we've got 5 men in defence, the wing backs aren't as troublesome because you can kind of rely on centre backs a little bit more. So drop Pino back into that deeper role. And Benoit is a bit quiet this game. So I think, in fact, no, I'm not going to make a change. I'm going to leave it as is. I'm too scared to make another change at the moment. Maybe in a second. In fact, we'll take Jamie Tarrant off because he's had an immense game. He's been brilliant. He can come off for Ollie Shearer just for the added time. Hopefully we can hold on to this. It'll be a brilliant result if we can hold on to it. Just seconds to go. We're over the allotted time. Referee, blow your whistle. Into an extra minute, extra 2 minutes, extra 3 minutes. Extra 4 minutes. 4 minutes on top of the extra added time. There was an injury, but on the 95th minute. 3-2 then. We are through to the quarter-final of the Build Base FA Vase Trophy. And I'd say we deserved it. 60% possession, 20 shots, 6 on target, 2.5 XG. I think we definitely deserved it. 2 clear-cut chances, 1 half chance. A hat-trick from Jamie Tarrant. A crazy 10 minutes in that second half. And I can catch my breath while we wait to take on Atherton in the league. I will see you in just a minute for that game. So now I've got my breath. We were awarded £2,250 for the win there, which is a nice bit of cash. You can see if we look at our finances, that does take us up to 10 grand. And we're still making quite a heavy loss this month. And I'm not quite sure. I think it's from our loan. But we get a grant towards the end of the month, so it balances out. You can see we don't often we make a few £1,000 profit a month, so it's fine by the end of the month. So yeah, nice little bit of cash there. Of course, we have got the draw coming up tomorrow in the game, so let's get to that. See who we take on in the quarter-final. We've gone ahead. They expected us to get to the 5th round. That was the 5th round that we just played. And to beat a tier 9 opposition is quite a nice feeling. Obviously, this side is a little bit too good for tier 10, because I thought it would be more entertaining if we could, enjoy the early seasons instead of going straight to wanting to cry every time. A pretty good performance. Jamie Tarrant carried us, but as he often does. So let's see who we get in the final 8 today then. So Leighton will face Shildon or Porchester, which means we could place... Is there anyone else? I don't think there's anyone in our division anymore. I think they got knocked out. So Mountain Town or Wroxham will place on Chatham. So then you can see then we will be taking on Greenwich or Colney Heath. So Greenwich are in tier 9 in the Southern Counties East Football League. We've taken on Tunbridge Wells, so in the same division as them. We beat them earlier in the season, I believe, did we? Tunbridge Wells, we played them earlier in the Cup. Yeah, we beat them 3-1. And then we've also got a chance if we don't get Greenwich will take on Colney Heath, who are also in a 9th tier. They are in the Spartan South Midlands Football League. With Harefield United, obviously we know them. For some of us might know them. For those of you who follow Sweet Left Foot, that is one of the teams he ran on Twitch for a while before being sacked, obviously. Where are they? So it is... They are 10th. So potential that we could get through that round. I think a similar level of opposition to who we just faced. But let's get on anyway and take on Atherton in the coming days. So then, unsurprisingly perhaps, we are not changing the squad at all as we take on Atherton LR, Lebanon Rovers. At home, yeah, Steve Hood, actually, that's a lie. Steve Hood has come in to replace Nathan Bell, who didn't play too well last game. So he's going to come in as a no-nonsense fullback for this one. Dodd is going to drop to winger on support. And we'll keep everything as is for now, and maybe make a few tweaks throughout the game. Another change is Michael Holford has come onto the bench just in case Leon Hapland gets a bit tired late on. Hopefully we can get results today. Atherton are not really rivals, but they're not too far from Liverpool. I'm familiar with the area, as I'm sure a member of our squad is today. Jalapeno obviously knows the area quite well. They've lost 4 of their last 5 games, we're going to tell them that, and nobody reacts, and I haven't even realised that. Started anyway, and we are underway at the Bill Shankly Recreational Playing Fields in West Derby, Liverpool, looking to further cement our position in the league table. So we have a look at the league table today. We've dropped down to 6th, but we have got a game in hand, this being our game in hand for the majority. A win today will take us as high as 3rd. I don't know where Lowbreck aren't playing, but it'll take us as high as 3rd, which, you know, is that'll be quite a good position to put ourselves in as we approach the business end of the season, as we are currently in mid-February in game. So 20 minutes in, then we've got highlights. Dodd has it on his right hand side, looking to push on the attack. Here's Raimondi in support, plays it back to Steve Hood, replacing the out of form Nathan Bell. He has Jalapeno, the Wigan resident, forward to Tarrant, and it's a good save. I completely just tripped over my words there. But we've got a corner. Raimondi to whip it in. Out swinger. Will he find anybody? He goes for the back post. Ashton gets it clear, but only as far as Mora, who takes his time, plays it back to Pino. Here's Holton, and that is it. That is the end of that. Mora on this left-hand side. Cuts inside. That's a foul given away. I presume this might be a red card. It is. Tom McGowan then. Red card for a shameful tackle. So we're going to set a positive mentality then. Jack Charles has picked up an injury as well. That's not great. A potential groin injury, so he's going to come off. I think we'll leave him until half time for now. So in half time, not much has really happened. We're dominating possession. They are down to 10 men. They're down a man, so we can get a result. Nobody reacts. We're going to say, I didn't mean to say I'm furious. You have the ability. Come on. You have the ability to make a real difference. A few demotivated. We'll take off Jack Charles. And Dodd's also picked up an injury. That's not great. So we'll replace Jack Charles. There's nobody who can play the centre of the park with Clements. And Dodd, we'll keep him out there for now and see how he gets on in the next 5-10 minutes. And if not, we'll replace him with Nicholas Hogley, making his 2nd game, the youngster. Here's Mora then, plays it out to Dodd. Hopefully he can get past this injury as he tries to beat another injured man in Reynolds. This time Reynolds dispossesses and plays it forward to Buckley. Buckley with a chance to counter. Here's Comber. Buckley back on it. We throw bodies back. This time he's played it straight to Dodd. What an awful pass. Benoit Dodd in the middle of the park. Plays it back to Holton. Here's Mora. Plays it across to Dodd. He's got men ahead of him. He's going to go all the way. Ooh, puts it over. And I don't think that injury is going to get any better. So we're going to make a change on the 50th minute mark. We're going to bring on Nicholas Hogley, who has returned from an injury. The Norwegian, or rather he's not really, I don't think he's Norwegian, but his dad is. He is obviously Espen Hogley, who does play for, or does manage the under-18s actually. So then we're on the hour mark. We haven't really taken any real chances too well. I was going to take off the overlap. Focus down the wings because they're playing quite a wide, narrow formation, obviously with the red card. It's a bit lackluster, if I'm honest. As there's just under 20 minutes to go, and 15, it's ticking away quite quickly. I'm not happy with this. Just over 10 minutes to go then. We've got one more change open to us. And I think it'll have to be Haplin is going to come off for Michael Holford, who's not got a lot of fitness, but Applin's just not having a good game at all. 5 minutes to go then. Can we get a late winner? We're into added time of 3 minutes. It looks like we may be held by Atherton here. And indeed we are. A 0-0 draw. What a disappointment, especially in comparison to the game that we just seen. Better side, but just could not take our chances. And I'm going to tell them that. I'm going to say you were not good enough. That's the sort of match we should be winning, because against 10 men for 70 minutes of the game, that is quite poor. And that leaves us in 6th. Not able to make our game in hand pay. And Ray Carr, 100% right. Toby Spence, yep, I don't blame you, mate. I completely agree. 43 points then, still 3 points off the top, but if we'd have won that, we'd have actually been level. Joint top. Oh, rather 1 point off the top, my mistake. Jack Charles injured pulled groin, so he's going to be missing the next game. Dodd, tight thigh, that's not too bad. Bapti reveals French Fury, rightly so. So then, if we have a look at the games going forward. So then, we've got around 13 games left. The next game is Hull Old Boys. I will play through them. I will probably play through, in fact, yeah, I will play through the rest of this month, come back for the Colney Heath and AFC Liverpool game at the end of the month, and then come back if we progress into the semi-finals. Obviously, I'll bring you that, but then probably come back around some point in April. See if we can mount a late charge for promotion. If you have a look at the table, as I said, it leaves us in 6th. Not the end of the world. There's no relegation from this division, as you can see. So, not the end of the world. So then, I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, click subscribe, and click that notification bell as well, so that you are notified when new videos go live every single Monday, Wednesday, Friday. There's a new video coming next week, probably sometime, on how I do the Moneyball thing. So if you want to see that, be sure to stick around for that in the coming week. But other than that then, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you next time.